cafeteria is as far as the cafeteria is as you would expect during lunchtime, completely packed. Throngs of students take up what little walking space might have existed between the tables, equally as populated. I stand my ground and gradually work my way past the crashing waves of students that impede my path. Of course, getting food would never be so simple. Eventually, I worked my way to the front of the line and approached the counter. Naturally, after all the students before me, there was very little in the way of choice. I guess it's either the sandwich or this other sandwich. Neither of which seems amazingly appetizing. Whatever. Anything will do after how much food I've missed out on. Cheap, bland sandwich in hand, and gave a look over to the tables. Like before, they're all pretty packed. Though I do see one fairly empty table at the far end with a familiar someone happily digging away at their lunch. Even from this distance, I can tell it's Sayaka, her vibrant brown hair instantly distinguishable from everyone. Vibrant brown hair, really? From everyone else's. I don't see Ikari anywhere in sight. They must have decided to do their own things for the break. I guess if I sit down here to eat, Sayaka's table is the only choice. But do I really want to eat here? It's so noisy, I can hardly even think. She hasn't noticed me either, completely absorbed in the demolition of her food. Maybe I can slip away to the roof, where no doubt it'll be more peaceful. No, just go sit with her. Whatever. And again, can't really be bothered to scale all the way up to the roof, where there's a seat right before me. And it might be a wasted journey if for whatever reason other people are up there. The table it is. Oh, she does have brown hair. I never paid attention to it, I guess. I approach Sayaka, whose eyes light up at the sight of me. Oh my god. She's choking. Her cheeks full to bursting, she attempts to address me, frantically waving her hand in the air as food flies everywhere. Yeesh. Don't talk with your mouth full. Hey. Is it okay if I sit here? She nods enthusiastically, shoveling another mouthful of food in. I'm no expert in the mouthful language, but I think she said be my guest. I didn't notice it before, but she has tons of food on her tray. Enough for 10 students at least. I'm not really sure how she got away with so many portions. It's no wonder the pickings were slim by the time I got there. I'm wondering if magic was used in persuading them to so willingly give her all of this. It's scary to think just how easily she's been wrapping the school around her wrapping the school around her finger since she arrived. I mean, right now she's only used it to enroll herself and get extra portions. But where does it end? There's almost something sinister to it all. Joining her at the table, I unwrap my sandwich and take a bite. Yep. Just as bland as I thought it would be. Just the way I like it. Apparently done with whatever food apparently done with whatever food it was she had crammed into her mouth. Like some kind of hamster, she's finally free to talk. Though I can see her begin to mash another shovel's worth. She's like a machine. Yeah. I did, but there's nowhere else to sit, really. Or really to sit, so... She grins and takes another bite. Funny. That's a point. Where is Ikari? I thought she'd be with you. It's okay. Finish your mouthful first. It's not that urgent. I bring my arm to shelter whatever. I bring myself to shelter myself from flecks of stray food as she excitedly tries to explain things. Gross. So she's on the roof. I figured that. I figured it would be a situation where like she would be on, Ikari would be on the roof and she would be in the freaking here. So either way, you're gonna run into one of them. Do you think she's okay? She wolfs down another bite. Less than half the food left from what I first saw before I sat down. Where's it all going in this slim figure of hers? I think we'll know if something happens to her. Or more like, the whole school will know. Oh shit, I read her line. See? Ah! It's a problem. I just get into that trance of reading. Good to know, I think. So, basically, if we feel the entire school rumble, we can assume something has happened to Ikari. So, how are you finding your time at school? I think you mentioned something about having never been to one before. The food is amazing, said no one ever. No school food is amazing. If it is, I want to go to that school. Because growing up, all the food I had at my school was absolute dog shit. It was so gross. As if to emphasize that point, she stabs into her food, her face practically glowing. What? Did you guys go some sort of magic school or something? Wasn't really being serious. And I didn't expect her to answer so honestly either. Really? Her mouth full again, she nods, having learned at least some manners. That's a really... That's a really by the looks of things. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's a really by the looks of things. Huh. Magic school. Where they teach magic? Sounds like it could be... Sounds like it could have been fun. Sayaka's expression darkens. Did I say something wrong again? She clamps her mouth shut and slaps a hand across it as to stop any more words from leaking out. Damn it. She realized. One of these days I'm gonna find out just what the heck these two are. Any day now. She'll slip up completely and spill everything. Okay then. I'm not allowed to know about this fancy magic organization you're part of. Can I at least know a little bit more about you? I mean, you seem to know everything there is to know about me, for whatever creepy reason. So it'd be nice if I knew a little more about the people protecting me, magic aside. Man, she really has to think about this. Is it really that difficult for her to think of something that isn't magic related that she can actually share with me? She sweeps her gaze over the cafeteria, a small smile growing on her face. Well, I'm not really sure if I'd classify what you did as an role, but I get what she means. She falls silent, her eyes distant. She's lost in another world right now, deep in her thoughts. Never figured her as the kind to do all this deep thinking. Like a normal girl. Does that mean she doesn't like her magic way of life? I can see how it... Oh, shit. I can see how it might get tiring if you had to battle things constantly like that monster I saw the other day. But if she chose this lifestyle... But she chose this lifestyle, right? At least, I think she must have. I can't really ask her, as I don't think it'll get away... I don't think I'll get away with more magic-related questions for the day. Yeah? Eyes glimmering and glistening, lips parted ever so slightly. She gives me a look that makes my heart throb. Why do you get this feeling she's about to ask me something really important here? Her eyes fall on the sandwich in my hand, still with only one bite in it. Oh, no, I'm fine. Here. Jeez. Still in a daze from the look she gave me a moment ago, she snatches a sandwich out of my hand without resistance. Wait, what just happened? I'm left staring blankly at my empty hand, the majority of my sandwich already lost to the black hole that is Sayaka's stomach. She used magic on him to get that sandwich, you know it. I may have made a mistake here. I notice her tray is completely empty too. Spotless even. She's a monster. Lunch break soon comes to an end and we're whisked back to class. The rest of the school day goes by fairly normally. No crazy attacks, no monsters. I still can't shake the feeling something is watching me though. Another day down, another walk home. My two guardians by my side. They seem noticeably more tense compared to last night. After how close that fight was, I really don't blame them. We were lucky she didn't pursue us back then, or that could have been it for me. No, it could have spelled the end for everyone. Ooh. The journey back is silent, both girls' faces mirroring each other in a look of sheer determination. They seem ready to spring to action at the slightest sign of danger. So I don't want to break their concentration with mindless small talk. Gradually the sun sets on our route ahead. Streetlights flickering to life ahead one by one. Great. The more the shadows begin to creep in all around us, the more tense I can feel myself become. I come to a stop. Something doesn't feel right. There it is again. That damn headache out of nowhere. Wait. Hasn't there always been a pattern with these headaches? They don't usually happen during the day unless... Of course. We walked right into it. I really need to start to find a new route home. A sultry laugh drifts from out of the darkness, causing both girls to assume offensive position. It could only be one person. Obsidian wings unfurl from amidst the night sky, and the amber-eyed adversary from before makes her presence known in a storm of black feathers. What was her name? Yuzuki? I guess it doesn't matter. Names mean nothing right now. She has a maniacal look in her eye, a killer glint. Much like before, she isn't here to play around. There's only one thing she's after. Me. Light floods in and dispels the darkness for only a moment as the pair don their battle gear, weapons at hand. Right. Oh, let me phrase that a little better. Right. I know how this works. Okay. Right. Not needing to be told twice, I sprint a good distance from the three girls as to not get caught up in any crossfire. But are they going to be able to win? Yuzuki hardly broke a sweat last night and was able to keep both of them at bay at once, or keep both of them at bay at once with that scythe of hers. The difference in power was just too much. Not to mention my guardians have some serious issues with working together as a team. Last night was a complete disaster. I fear we might have to take another tactical retreat, and I'm not sure if I have the stomach for it. Yuzuki lands gracefully before Sayaka and Ikari, an unsettling grin spreading from ear to ear on her face.
あら、まだ戦う気があるのね。逃げ回るものとばかり思っていたわ。楽しめそうね。
Her dark wings erupt into a stream of feathers, which reform into a deadly scythe within her hands.
さあ、どちらから死にたいのかしら？
Ikari nods and lunges for Yuzuki before she can make the first move. Sayaka kicks off the ground and flies a good deal backwards as she readies an arrow in her bow. Am I witnessing team play here? It certainly makes a change after last night's disaster.
残念。
Yuzuki reacts with lightning and brings her scythe to a whirl, clashing with Ikari's sword. A shockwave bursts through the street as the two weapons collide, shattering nearby glass and warping street signs, a testament to just how strong these girls are. I'm beginning to see shades of last night's fight. Yuzuki has the advantage in terms of brute strength, so she'll no doubt push back against Ikari's blade. But Ikari doesn't seem nervous at all. In fact, she seems confident.
光よ、前へ。